The Fed is looking to take over control of all of our money, no more cash, as we move towards this digital dollar, CBDC. Are you guys ready for that? And I got some shocking news from PNC Bank that you are not going to believe, as well as some ridiculously high fees that they're charging people on their accounts that is really putting a strain on Americans. Meanwhile, if you want to find ways to protect your wealth and protect your assets that you've worked so hard to obtain and provide for generations to come, well, folks, stay tuned, because I got something you're not going to want to miss. Wall Street Journal confirms a CBDC dollar would empower the Fed and not the Americans, folks. Anyone who believes in limited government should not support a central bank digital dollar, according to the WSG opinion. And a growing number of Democrats and Republican Party makers support creating a central bank digital currency, or CBDC. Comment down below if you guys support that. Odds are probably not, based on a lot of the comments that I've been reading on previous videos. And then when you add the banks on top of it, PNC Bank has been bad. I think Capital One is next. Well, folks, Capital One may be next, but who was just in the news was Discover. And Discover Card, although not a bank, limited people's access to their credit cards, probably at times where they needed them the most. A widespread system outage that crippled so many people without, guess what, diversity. And then CBDCs are not a good thing. It is an authoritarian tool that is a response to crypto, a currency they don't control. And folks, you got that right. It's all about control. And theirs, not yours. Meanwhile, it's always good to have a plan in place. It seems like each day it's something new about the declining of America. It's concerning, and that's why it's good to listen to reasonable advice and plan. You mean like the reasonable advice that Biden has been sharing during his State of the Union address? We're going to touch on that in just a moment. So comment down below if you guys caught the State of the Union address last night with President Biden, where he calls on Congress to crack down on junk fees. Yes, folks, junk fees that are robbing you, stealing money out of your pocket. And it says that in his State of the Union address, Biden called on Congress to pass the Junk Fees Prevention Act, which will reduce hidden or unexpected charges from banks, hotels, airlines, and other service providers. I wonder if this will be anything like the Inflation Reduction Act, where it didn't actually reduce inflation, where this one may not actually prevent junk fees. But we'll see. It says here, we're tired of being played for suckers, according to Mr. Biden. It's funny that he says we, as if he's including himself in this group of people that are being played by these banks and these other financial entities. Now, in his State of the Union address, President Joe Biden said his administration is cracking down on junk fees, including those from banks as well as hotels, airlines, and other service providers. The president said these unnecessary or hidden fees are weighing down families' budgets and causing financial harm. And I would agree that he hit the nail on the head on that one, based on the comments and the emails and the different messages I receive on Patreon from folks that are literally struggling to get by. Junk fees may not matter to the very wealthy, according to Mr. Biden, but they matter to most those other folks in homes like the one that I grew up in, like many of you did. Oh, he's relating to the people here. I got it. I get it. They add up to hundreds of dollars a month, is what Biden said in an annual speech before Congress. Now, just to put things into perspective, perhaps maybe I'm being too hard on Mr. Biden, because according to this Yahoo report here, it says that Mr. Biden once described himself as the poorest man in Congress. And according to Forbes, Mr. Biden's net worth is only a mere $8 million, despite having earned $17.3 million over 4 years that he was out of office. Maybe he gave all that money to his son. I don't know. Maybe he went on like a weekend bender or something. So I guess technically, in comparison to other political figures, Pelosi, maybe he is relatively low income in comparison. So what are junk fees? Well, junk fees are additional, often hidden charges that can come from a range of lenders. They are not typically included in the initial price, but are tacked on at the time of payment. Comment down below if you've ever experienced any of these junk fees, and if they're gobbling up all of your money and all of your savings before you even get a chance to see it come through on your weekly or bi-weekly paychecks that are at risk as the Fed is pushing to wipe out jobs and raise the unemployment rate. But folks, this CBDC world dollar empowering the Fed, not Americans, is quite disturbing. But folks, let me read this to you from the Wall Street Journal. A growing number of Democratic and Republican policymakers support creating a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, that would further empower the Federal Reserve. Remember, control. Although the parties disagree on the particulars, their broad agreement on the idea creates a political opening for the Fed and the Biden administration to move ahead with a CBDC that will compromise Americans' freedom. Some lawmakers say CBDC, which is a digital dollar issued by the Fed, could help stave off a debt crisis and preserve the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency. But it isn't clear that a CBDC will do either. It is clear that one could be used to monitor and manage the use of the dollar, which is, I think, probably their primary objective, don't you? Let alone now is the hardest time for folks to even maintain a steady paycheck, and if that, secure and protect their nest egg. And folks, I want to share with you Hard Asset Alliance. Their link is in the description. And folks, the one thing that the Fed and that the Biden administration does not control is gold. So check this out. Hard Asset Alliance is the best way to invest in gold. True ownership with global vaults, on-demand delivery, digital access where you can invest online 24/7. Trusted platform for over $3 billion in assets and more than 100,000 investors. Easy. Incredibly powerful online marketplace. Fund, buy, sell, and manage your holdings on a refreshingly simple platform. The same platform trusted by many of the world's largest wealth managers. Behind the scenes is a network of wholesalers that bid on every order. This makes them the agent ensuring we all get the best price possible. Now, there's security without sacrifice, as access to the world's most popular whole bars and coins, and not paper promises or small shares of giant bars that you can never claim. Once they're yours, they're stored in the world's most secure non-bank vaults according to Hard Asset Alliance's website. And this includes Brinks, Loomis, and Malka Amit. While it's always available and always liquid, folks, diversity, security, and cash flow. It's your gold, truly allocated in your name. Take delivery from the start or any time later around the world. Add to or sell some of your holdings anytime, all online in a matter of seconds. Powerful financial solutions that diversify your financial plan with the best performing major asset class of the century. Get tax advantaged returns with gold in an IRA. Help secure the next generation with full support for trusts and UTMAs, or own gold as a company asset. Folks, this is about tax advantage investing, business accounts, estate planning and gifting, and automatic investments. If you need to know more, drop a comment. We can go over it. We can do a little step-by-step, one-on-one how-to for beginners. But folks, listen to this. Build Strong, a platform built on the same standards that the world's largest wealth managers demand. Trusted and proven. It's as secure as buying stocks and bonds, and truly allocated with on-demand delivery, and honest and smart, folks. $2 billion under management, backed by professionals who value honesty and transparency. And it says here that they will protect your wealth and make it last for the next generation. Trusted by thousands of investors. Folks, I love the ability to store and trade on Hard Asset Alliance, and I feel they are safe. The liquid nature of their platform is vital, as I am more and more concerned about having my cash sit in the banks. Can we all not agree? I've used Hard Asset Alliance only twice, but both times it was easy to transfer money and purchase gold and silver for delivery. The prices were quickly established and compared reasonably well with other sites. And I've had reason to call their customer support a few times, and they have always provided courteous and quick responses to inquiries. Great job. Folks, check this out. This is why portfolios perform better with gold. Greater overall returns, less volatility. Folks, see the true power of gold in this free report that compares the performance of portfolios with gold allocations to those without. I know that I'm not the only one out here diversifying their portfolio, right? And folks, for those who've asked, I will link in the description the camera that I use on these videos. So check the link in the description. The camera is linked there. I'll put it close to the top so you guys can find it. But interestingly enough, I received another comment, and it says it will not all be digital. There will still be cash. Well, it's funny you say that, because I believe that yes, there will be some cash, but quite possibly not the way that you think, or at least not the way that we have been used to in the past. I want to show you an app on my phone here. Check it out. It's called Cash App, okay? This has been the introduction and the beginning of redefining the term and relearning and retraining folks' brains to think about what cash really means, okay? There's gonna be a generation growing up that's all the cash that they're ever gonna know. And guess what? It's not something that you can hold in your hand. It's an app. It's a term, it's a phrase, it's a noun. It is an actual fiat paper currency, folks. And this is the direction that we are going, or at least that our government and the Federal Reserve is headed towards. Can we stop them? But perhaps maybe some of you are in a slightly different situation, and you are more concerned and perhaps maybe worried about where your next dollars are going to be coming from, already stretched to the limit, looking to find ways of earning additional income, trying to budget better, and trying to get by and survive paycheck to paycheck, get to the next week, cover expenses, and keep your heads above water. And folks, I want to share with you some shocking information from PNC Bank. And it says here that PNC Bank is a great lender for borrowers looking to take out small loans, as well as borrowers looking to add a co-applicant to their loans. But the company falls short when it comes to large loans, as it has a loan maximum of only $35,000. Now, with that being said, the pros of PNC Bank personal loan lending include that borrowers with poor credit scores may struggle to qualify for a loan or be saddled with a high rate, but by enlisting a cosigner, you may boost your eligibility chances or snag a better rate. So PNC offers that option, as well as low minimum loan amounts, just, to kind of like tide you over. Borrow as little as $1,000 with PNC. This is perfect for borrowers who only need a little bit of money to tide them over, and also competitive minimum APRs, because we're talking about, remember folks, keeping high interest debt down. So as you're trying to find a solution to bridge that gap, we don't want to make the situation worse. And it says here that PNC's minimum rate of 6.99% is competitive with other lenders in our best low interest personal loans guide, including Prosper, Discover, and Wells Fargo. Now folks, remember, Discover, you may want to watch out for those folks. They may leave you high and dry. Now, no origination fees with PNC, as origination fees reduce your overall loan proceeds by a certain percentage depending on the lender. So PNC doesn't charge an origination fee, which reduces the total cost of your loan. That's a plus. Same day funding is available for existing customers, and existing customers can get their money very quickly with PNC Bank. However, other borrowers may have to wait between 3 to 10 days to get their funds. So do you want to open an account with PNC Bank? I don't know. That's your call. But some of the downsides include low maximum loan amounts. Like I said before, PNC has a maximum loan amount of only $35,000, whereas other lenders like Lightstream and SoFi let you borrow up to 100 grand. And if you're in need of funding for a large expense, other companies might be better fit for you. While late fees with PNC, charging a late fee of $40 or 10% of the payment, whichever is greater, can really hurt some borrowers. And other lenders don't charge any late fees or have late fees that are significantly lower. And if you're worried about falling behind on your payments, you may want to pick a different lender. But folks, you can borrow up to 100 grand with Wells Fargo, which is a much higher maximum loan amount than PNC's top amount of $35,000 and Prosper's maximum amount of 40 grand. But if you're in need of a larger personal loan, Wells Fargo may be a better option. While Wells Fargo's repayment terms range from 1 to 7 years, while PNC's range from 6 months to 6 years. If you want a shorter term length and to save money on overall interest in the process, PNC may be the choice for you. While Prosper will charge you an origination fee between 2.41% and 5% of your total loan amount, while Wells Fargo and PNC won't charge an origination fee at all. So that's money that's going to go in your pocket, not theirs. Meanwhile, PNC's late fees, as you can see here, are relatively high. So folks, if you want to apply for a loan, PNC recommends that 1, you check what rate you qualify to receive. 2, look over different loan offers and choose the one that you can afford. 3, send in a formal application. And 4, accept your loan terms and plan for repayment. Now, if you want to know any more about this, or in particular, these frequently asked questions of 1, is PNC Bank trustworthy? 2, is it hard to get a loan at PNC Bank? And 3, how long does it take PNC Bank to approve a loan? Because folks, I know these things matter to you most. These are important topics. Money is of the utmost importance right now. And with the way that the economy is shaping up, the way the jobs market is shaping up, and the way that inflation and this recession is continuously hovering over our heads like a dark storm cloud, folks, this is what matters most. So if you need the information, just drop a comment down below and let me know. More importantly, drop a like for the video and let me know that you guys enjoy this content. Until next time, you guys take care, be safe. I'll see you real soon. Bye.